Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Mark My Words, where I am Mark, and these are my words. And the subject I'll be tackling today is the lockdown. Well, come on, we both know it was coming. It definitely was coming. I did about 11 podcasts, and I didn't cover this once, so I thought I'd go into more depth about it, and tell you my personal experience, and what I've learnt during the process. So the first thing I've learnt is that it's taught me to appreciate the small things in life. We've gone from doing whatever the hell we want to having to stay in home, watch a telly, and that's it. And maybe go out for like an hour for exercise. And, you know, that's a hard strain, especially when you're a naturally active person and you're told to not do anything, and it's going to drive people mad. I will say that this has had an impact on my mental health. It's the fact that there's not much to do, that you're very restricted in what you can do as well. It's very difficult to kind of keep your mind occupied. If you're left with your own thoughts, the first thing that crops into your head is negativity. One thing I've tried to do is always hop onto something I enjoy. Even if it's fucking DIY or something like that. Now, I've been roped into fucking painting again, but if I wasn't roped into painting, I'd end up vegetating and feeling sorry for myself, so I'm kind of glad that didn't happen again, so I have to thank my annoying father for that one, so thank you, Daddy. One thing I definitely learnt about this lockdown, especially at the start of it, because a lot of people didn't know what the lockdown meant. Did they mean like that you couldn't leave your house at all? That they thought it was like a complete restriction, not just certain restrictions on certain areas. And what was the first thing to go? The fucking toilet paper. Talk about hitting the public where it hurts. I don't mind if they nick the bread and milk like on snow days, but come on, I need to wipe my ass. I'm sure I'm not the only one on that one. And the hand sanitizer, but it didn't make sense to me about nicking the hand sanitizer, because if you've got them all, that means everyone else is infected, so you could have made sure that everyone had one. But no, I'll hoard them all into my little cupboard and no one will see them again. Yeah, if you ever find that person, I'd love to slap them. So if you know where they are, where they live, just send them my way and I'll give them a good slap. My favourite ones are the people who don't believe that coronavirus exists. And they actually say this: how can you believe in something that you can't see? You might want to go down the road and ask the people who have certain faiths in certain religion, like Islam, Christianity, Hinduism. Like, I doubt they go to the pub with God and have a few beers and a couple of fags. I'd love to have them explain that one. Like, I was skeptical at first, like, especially when you hear something that's nearer to the flu, especially when the symptoms are very vague as well. I said, what were the symptoms? There was new and continuous cough. There was also, like, a high temperature. So very vague and sounds a little bit like flu. So I can understand why there were certain non-believers. But I learnt more when I actually worked at a field hospital and seen people under the effects of coronavirus. And I gotta say, it's a real huge eye-opener. And it's a huge contrast, especially when you get like the other people who are a bit like non-believers, but they come with the hate and the insults. Because when I worked at that field hospital, there was next door there was a testing centre, and there was one guy, he actually came to the site and he started insulting the nurses who were literally standing out in the freezing cold, giving people swabs, working their asses off 7 days a week, and threatening to spit on them and give them COVID. It got to the point where they were actually reduced to tears, and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking, mate? And what are you doing to contribute to curing this fucking virus? Don't get me wrong, if you have a fucking solution, then fucking by all means bring it along. Like, you can't just judge people for trying to help. And then I had another one. He was in a car and he had a megaphone and he was shouting, "Shame on you! Shame on you!" And as I went to have a look, he went, "Yeah, you cunt." I went, "Oh, thanks." So he doesn't know me, he's throwing judgments, and he has no fucking clue what planet he's on. I'm guessing he went to a fucking hat raffle and said, "I'll be the dickhead for the day, so thank you very much." And one thing I definitely learnt was people are very quick to bash the government when something doesn't go according to plan as well. Like, politics has been up in the air for the past 4 years, so anybody's looking for an excuse to blame the Conservatives. I said, the bastard Tories have fucked things up again. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure there's more to that, but looking at it, like, they're struggling with it as just as much as we are, so a lot of what they're doing is trial and error. You know, there's going to be certain things in their plans that don't work and some that do. I don't agree with the lockdowns. I don't think they do businesses any good or the economy any good, but if it ends up stopping the spread of the virus, then I might be brought around. Like I said, I'm a bit of a skeptic myself, but I kind of try and do what I can, which is protect my family. And this is what a lot of people are doing as well. Because a lot of people have underlying medical conditions. They want to make sure their loved ones are safe and they don't get taken by this new fucking plague. So I definitely don't blame them on that one. Hey, thank you so much for listening in, guys. Like I said before, I'm going to try and do this every Wednesday, so definitely stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and also turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Thank you and good day, guys.